Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो be happy.
श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्ण। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। The first chapter of Bhagavad Gita and the first sarga or chapter of Yoga Vasistha, they are almost same. The first chapter of Gita is called Arjun Vishad Yogo Nam. And here the first chapter of Yoga Vasistha is also Sri Rama Nirvedo Nama. Nirveda means not interested in anything. Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedamayat. Nirveda means you are not interested at all in that. So, this first chapter of Gita, you will see very few people talk, discuss. All the time they start directly meditation or knowledge or devotion. But where from it begins, that is totally forgotten. So, unless the first chapter of Gita or Yoga Vasistha happens in our life, we will not come for satsanga. When do we go to doctor? When we are healthy. So also when all our efforts fail, then let us go for a retreat in Goa. And what do we get here? Nothing. See, my friends. So, there in Gita, Arjuna was wrongly reacting with the situation. And here in Yoga Vasistha, Bhagwan Ram as a child was excessively reacting. See? Wrong reaction and excessive reaction. Now when you move in this world, yeah, this is how the world is. But because of that, I am not interested in anything, and therefore I feel it is better that I commit suicide. That means where from the thoughts began? The thoughts began from the world. The thoughts did not begin from himself. He was only reacting. See? And therefore, both of them, There Arjun, here Bhagwan Ram. They were under the same disease. They have taken themselves to be somebody. There Arjun became somebody, here Rama became somebody. And whenever you become somebody, you have problems. Not only that, you are problem for others. See? And then there can be two extremes. It is easier to be an extremist, but very difficult to be a moderate. Don't take food at all, possible. Or keep on eating all the time, possible. But eat all the three times good food and yet limited, impossible. When the badhiya food comes, then revenge on the food. And thereafter, aaj jara zyada hi ho gaya. Every day the same story. See, friends, therefore, it is easier to be extremist, but we have to be mediocre. See? And therefore, the problem was body identification for Arjun, body identification for Ram. Because whatever he was talking, thinking was in relation to his body. And he is not able to sort out himself. Therefore, our Upanishad says, Parikshalokan karma chitan nirvedamayat brahmanaha nasti akritaha kritena. So, Bhagwan Ram, he has moved around and Parikshalokan, he has evaluated all the things around. See? But the problem was, Bhagwan Ram has not done any big karya till that age. He was in the comforts of his palace and studying with the Guru Maharaj. He doesn't have to go to university. University came to him. See? Bhagwan Krishna didn't have to send his children to any university because from every wife, 10 sons, 1 daughter, multiplied by 16,100 universities at home. So, beyond that he has not gone. First time when he saw the world, he started reacting in this negative manner. See? And therefore, ultimately, he went into tremendous depression. And now see the greatness. The teachers do not tell him that you have gone in depression. But his depression is glorified. With this, the second sarga, the second chapter begins. Here, the stories are told. Hereafter, the whole Yoga Vasistha, there are so many stories. And they are so enchanting and beautiful. So, whatever we can do during this, we'll do it. The first is the story of Shukacharya. You know who was the son of Bhagwan Vedavyas. Valmiki Uvacha, Valmiki said, to whom? To Bharadwaj, the story is being told. Ityuktva virate rame Vishwamitra abhyabhashata. So Valmiki ji was talking to Bharadwaj Rishi and he told him, having heard thus from Rama, Vishwamitra ji said the following. What did he say? Na Raghava still I require bigger fonts. Na Raghava tavastyannat deyam jnanavatam vara. Hey Raghav, hey Sri Ram, there is nobody more well informed, more intelligent than you in this world. Whenever the teacher praises the student, it has a different meaning. And when the teacher scolds the student, it has a different meaning. So, Raghava तव अस्ति अन्य ज्ञेयवताम वरम न. Nobody is more well informed, well knower than you are. How? Swaya eva sukshmaya buddhya sarvam vijnatavanasi. By your own proper interaction, when you are moving in this world, you have, by your own understanding, by your own buddhi, sarvam vijnatavanasi, you have known everything. Then he says, Bhagavad Vyasaputrasya Shukasya iva matistava. You are as intelligent as the son of Vedavyasa, whose name was Shukacharya. You are as intelligent as this. Now here, little off the track but important. This Yoga Vasistha comes from Treta Yuga. The story of Shukacharya comes in Dwapar Yuga. So how can this happen? On the basis of this, they go on arguing who is the writer, who is the one who has composed. So we are not interested in any academics. Be very attentive. Those who get lost in academics, they miss the purpose of the studies. Their interest is, they only want a degree. See, I come across quite a good number of them. I am doing PhD, Swamiji, on Bhagavad Gita. Achha, very good. Then that girl told me that I have discovered few unwanted verses in Bhagavad Gita. I did namaskar. And then she said, because those verses have no meaning. Then I thought, let me play fool with her. It's a great fun to play fool with the kids, isn't it? So I asked her, are you talking about chapter 9, verse 4 and 5? You also know? Why? See, there is no meaning to those verses. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina matthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavastita nachamasthani bhutani pashyame yogameshwaram bhutabhrunnacha bhutastaha mamatma bhuta bhavana. You know it by heart. I had to read the book. And I got a PhD. Scriptures are not meant for academic achievement. You get degree. Degree means upadhi. Study of scriptures takes away all your upadhi. You are neither rich nor poor, nor educated nor uneducated, nor neither good nor bad. You are nobody. See, friends, therefore, Shukacharya and how this comes, so let us not get into that controversy. I am not interested. If you are interested, hit your head against something. So, Swaya eva sukshmaya buddhya sarva vijnatavanasi. By your own intelligence, you have really known everything. Nothing more remains to be known. Like the Shukacharya, your intelligence is also equally of that ability. विश्रांति मात्रमेवान्तः ज्ञातज्ञेयोप्यपेक्षते शुको व्यासात्मजः पूर्वं चिन्तयन् जगतो गतिं स्वयमेव विवेकेन बुद्धेपि परवस्तुनि इदं वस्तु इति विश्वासं न असौ आत्मनि उपयाययौ. विश्रांतिं मात्र एव अंत ज्ञातज्ञेयो अपेक्षते. ज्ञातज्ञेय, he who has known the truth. See? Suppose I had to go to Puran's house. When I know exactly what is the location, I'll be relaxed. If I do not know, then I'll be worried which turn, whether I should take this way or that way. No, but there is some construction going on. Then how will I rush? Disturbance. Whenever you know, you are relaxed. How simple it is. So, Vishrantim eva antaha. You are at peace if you know whatever you are supposed to know. There was one student who asked me this question, Swamiji, I have got my exam tomorrow and I am very tense. Now what should I prepare? I don't understand. I said, you ask me, should I tell you? Don't prepare anything. Go for a movie. Have a nice food. Come back. Don't prepare. Then be prepared. See, friends, too much of preparations spoil the broth. Therefore, how do we know whether we are on the right track or we have reached the destination? Jnata deyaha anta vishrantim apekshate. Now see this question and you find out. Are you disturbed or you are at peace? Simple thing. Do we have any doubt about our being? Are you not at peace? If I ask you, how many shlokas are there in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita? Avishranti, disturbance. Therefore, what are the signs of abiding in the truth? You are at peace. This is what we have been telling 100 times. He who is at peace with himself, he is at peace with the whole world. We are constantly inside there is a poultry farm. Have you sometimes gone to a poultry farm? If you enter that big buyer, whatever they call their house, it is like this only. We are all poultry farm type, same type. See? You just go slowly there and simply stand quick without making any noise. Birds will be moving and they will come and peck your foot. You lift it. The whole lot. Exactly this is what happens inside. Let us learn the simple tricks of spiritual life. Relax, relax, relax. If you are at peace with yourself, you are at peace with the whole world. If you are at peace with yourself, you are happy. Therefore, Vishranti matramevantaha jnata deyo apekshate. Shukaha Vyasatmajaha, the son of Vyasa Bhagwan Shukacharya, Purvam, earlier, Chintayan Jagataha Gatim. He also reflected about the world. What is this world? Where from the world has come, who created the world, what happens after death, who goes to hell, who goes to heaven, and what is the menu available there. He also inquired and Chintayan Jagataha Gatim. Then Swayameva Vivekena Buddhepi Paravastuni. And thus, by the strength of Viveka, discrimination, he discovered exactly what you have discovered about this world. So, Swayameva Vivekena Buddhepi Paravastuni. And although he has known the truth, yet he did not know that he has known the truth. The more you become subjective in our approach, you are free from the impacts of the objective world. So, Buddhepi Paravastuni, idam vastu iti vishwasam na asau atmani upayayau. And yet he was not able to recognize his own experience as the ultimate experience. See? Therefore, these few things which I tell you, try it again and again. Make absence as an object. The absence cannot be an object. Then absence of what? Take only two things. Because world is only two things. Nama Rupa. World is nothing but name and form. So absence of name or absence of form. So make absence of sound or names as the object of your awareness. So what is the absence of sound? Silence. Now you remain in this silence. Now see the trick. Silence cannot be heard by the ears. Ears can hear only sounds. So how can you hear the silence? Meaning what? Remain indifferent to the sounds. How to remain indifferent to the sounds although we are hearing the sounds? The same way as you are listening to Vedanta. How many times we have heard Tattvamasi, you are divine. Oh, Swamiji, so although hearing yet not accepting. See? Therefore, buddhepi paravastuni, when we are able to remain undisturbed by sounds, we are established in the silence. Okay? So we have conquered 50% world. Because world is only two things, name and form. Name means sounds. Now no sounds disturb us. So we have conquered 50% world. And form, when you sit quiet, what actually happens is, all the forms disappear. But then, because of that dumb meditation disease, we want to see something. Oh, when I closed my eyes, I saw lights, First it was green, then it became yellow, then it became red. And afterward, everything became disappearing. And now again the light is not coming. But why this is happening? Because you are standing in front of the traffic signal for quite long. Nothing else. Some rule. Anything which begins, remains and ends is the trick of the mind. Do we have the experience of our birth, meaning beginning? No. Do we have the experience of our growth? It is the society, they tell us, now you are old. When a girl is told by a child, Auntie, what is the time? Don't call me auntie, call me Didi. Because she doesn't experience that I am grown. Somebody else has to tell. So we have neither the experience of beginning, birth, nor change, growth, nor death. This is what is the truth. So when we sit quiet, bring these two things together. First, we do not respond to any sound. Let there be anything. Remain indifferent. Don't struggle. And second thing, when you sit with closed eyes, don't try to see anything. So, seeing means forms gone. Hearing to silence means sounds gone. Nam, Roop, world deleted. In this, no efforts. So if we recognize this, will we have any doubt? And therefore, do we have doubt about our being? Play various ways. This is how I do my time pass. Recognize this, my friends. So when we think about anything, try to think about anything without reference to name and form. Try to think. You cannot think. So, Shukacharya Swayameva Vivekena Buddhepi Paravastuni. Although Shukacharya, the son of Vyasa Bhagavan, although he realized the truth, Buddhepi Paravastuni, the absolute reality, idam vastu iti vishwasam na asau atmani upayayo. And yet he was not able to recognize this is that. Because he was only theoretically, objectively struggling. Therefore, those who are scientific minded people, they suffer the most on the spiritual path. What is scientific approach? Everything is recognized objectively. See, many years before, there was a buzzword. I was that time in England. One person asked me this question. Swamiji, what is your opinion about the God particle? That was a word that a very famous word, God particle. I said, I don't think about stupid things. No, but the scientists are talking about, as a scientist are more stupid than me. Why? They are unable to drop the objectivity. See, the eye doctors, they will be seeing everybody's eyes and tell, let them see their own eyes. See, friends, this impediment of objectivity is the biggest obstacle. So, idam vastu iti vishwasam na asau atmani upayayo. This is that. Shukacharya could not catch it. Meaning what? Same thing happened to you, Ram. Then, avishrantamana papracha pitaram tada samsaradambaram idam katham abhyuditam mune. So, avishrantamana stitva. And therefore, he was so disturbed. Where from the world has come? Where from the world has come? So, what does scientists say? There is a black hole. Black hole theory of creation. See, can a hole be an object? This is a tissue paper. Clear? Now, what is in the tissue paper? A hole. What is a hole? Hole is absence of tissue paper. Can there be a window without a wall? So if the world has come out of black hole in what? And then they are struggling. The world has come out of the black hole, black hole. See, my friends, this is exactly must have been happening with him. So, Avishranta Manastitva, he was so disturbed. What is this? Where from the world has come? One small girl in somebody's house asked me this question. We had our breakfast nicely, and I was sitting, it was winter, sitting in the sun and enjoying. Swamiji, I want to ask you, ask. When the world was created, where from the world begins and where the world ends? A child cannot ask such stupid question. So I asked her, hey, you are so intelligent. Who asked you to ask me this question? Mummy, so cute. Then I called her mummy. I said, why don't you come and ask? Swamiji, I am afraid of you. I said, I am a vegetarian. I don't eat people. And then I said, okay, I'll answer your question. Now tell me, when did you wake up this morning? I said, tell anything. It has nothing to do. 7 o'clock. I said, the world is created at 7 o'clock. Now, where from the world begins? World begins from your body onwards. And how long this world remains? As long as you are identified with the body. Where the world ends, it comes back to you. Two good enemies fighting all the time and happen to come and sleep in the same bed. When they sleep, who is enemy and who is friend? Forget about enemy friend. You are married, husband and wife. That husband who dares not look at the eyes of the wife when they are in deep sleep, where from he gets the courage to start the siren? Where from that courage comes? Because he is no more anybody. See? The same thing happened with Shukacharya. Avishranta Manastitva. He was all the time disturbed. See, I am not everything. But where from this world has come? Where from this world has come? You go away from yourself, you end up in tragedies. And be attentive. When you go away from yourself, you end up in ignorance. And in ignorance, you can go on imagining. You can imagine anything. See, like how deep is the sky above you when you are standing below the sky? How long, how deep it is? What will you tell? I don't know. And therefore, he got lost. That he, Avishranta Vanasita, Papracha Pitaram Tada. So he asked his father, Vyas Bhagavan. What he asked? Samsaranam Baramidam Katham Abhyuditam Mune. Kindly tell me where from this world and its existence has come. Where from this world has come. Then his question continues. Katham cha prashamam yati kiyat kasya kadeti cha avyaktam akhilam proktam vyasena viditatmana. So, katham cha prashamam yati. Where does and how does this world comes to an end? How can it become quiet? How can it dissolve? And then, yati kiyat kasya kadeti cha. And to what extent and which of the worldly things disappear? Vaktavyam akhilam. Please tell me all these things. And Vyasena viditatmana proktam. Then Bhagwan Vedavyasji told his son Shukacharya all that he knew. Because he was Sakshat Avatar of Narayana. Told. After when this was told to Shukacharya, what Shukacharya says? Janami purvameveti nasau tad bhavvamannata abhiprayamivam jnatva naham janami tatvatah. So when Shukacharya told this student, this son said, I know all this. There are many of them. One of my amma told me, Swamiji, you know, my husband, he likes you. You are saying he is ready to do anything for you, out of the way. When we go for a coffee here and there, he comes with great enthusiasm. But satsanga is concerned, he doesn't come. And then she told me, his statement is, I know all this. What is there to know? That the one who is born, he grows and one day he dies. I know this. There are friends and enemies. Yes, I know these things. Punarapi jananam punarapi marana. Yes, I agree. What is there to know? This is what Shukacharya told his father. Janami purvameveti. हमको सब पता है. न असौ तद बहुमन्यत. I don't think something more than this you can tell me. I know everything. So, imam abhiprayam jnatva. Then Vyasa Bhagwan saw, okay, he requires a different treatment. And then he said, Naham janami tatvata. Actually, to be very frank with you, I don't know. In my Mahamantra, in Sannyasa Upanishad, this mantra comes. Na prishtaha kasyachit bruyat na cha anyaye na cha pruchataha janan api medhavi jadaval lokamachare. We are not obliged to answer every foolish question. The best thing is invoke my Guru. You know my Guru? The NRI children of America, they are my Guru. You ask them anything, like the Gayatri mantra. What is the Gayatri mantra? Tat saviturvarenyam bhargo devasya dhimahi dhiyo yo na prachodayat. This is the original mantra. But before chanting, we have to add Vyahruti, Om Bhurvu Swaha, and then Tat saviturvarenyam. Om Bhurvu Swaha is not a part of the mantra. In the same manner, my gurus there, you ask them, hey, what is your plan? What you are going to do? Om Bhurvu Swaha, A, Om, E, Tasaviturvarena, I don't know. Such a powerful mantra. So I invoke that. Similarly, Vyas Bhagwan must have suffered the same way. Therefore, Naham Janami Tattva, I don't know. Where from the world has come, how the world is maintained, where does it go? Then, Janako Veti Tattvam, Tasmad Sarvam Avapnuhi. See, I don't know, but this much I know, that the king Janaka Videharaj, he knows this. Therefore, I give you a letter, go there. See, it is so simple. These are so simple things in life. Pass on the buck. Don't get unnecessarily disturbed. So, Janako Veti Tattvam Tasmat Sarvam Avapnuhi. Therefore, you go to Janaka Raja and ask him. He will tell you everything. He is wise. He is realized. I am not. Because I am your father, how can I be realized? All the children have got very low opinion about their father. See, friends. Papa, kuch nahi aata hun. He does nothing. It is a universal fact. You can imagine Shukacharya has this opinion about his father, who is Vedavyasa. So if your children are behaving like this thing, it is like that only, accept gracefully. Don't fight with them. So, Pitretyukta Shukapraya Janakasya Purim Tada. So, as told by his father, Shukacharya Maharaj, Janakasya Puri Tada Prayat. He started to reach the Janakpuri where Janak Raja was staying. After having reached there, then what happened? Dwari Sthitam Shukam Jnatva Jidnyasartham Avajnaya Tushtim Avasthito Raja Gatetam Dinasaptake. Now Janak Raja knew what is coming. He was Trikaladnya. So, Dwari Sthitam Shukam Jnatva, when he was informed that Shukacharya has come with some inquiry Jidnyasa, even then Janak Raja remained indifferent. Avajnaya did not even say hello, find out, like to have a cup of tea, nothing. Absolutely indifferent, as if he has not heard. Tushnim Avasthito Raja. And the king remained totally indifferent and quiet. How many hours? Dina Saptake, 7 days. Shukacharya waiting there. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Waiting. Then Praveshyangadam Tatrapi Sthitam Cha Dinasaptakam. After 7 days, he was allowed admittance in the compound of the palace. There also, another 7 days. So 2 weeks. Then Tataha Praveshayamasa Janakaha Antapuram Shukam. And then after 2 weeks, then this Shukacharya was allowed entrance inside the palace proper. Earlier outside, then within the compound, now inside the palace. Okay. Then Antapurushukam, then Tatron Madabhihi, Kantabhihi, Bhojanaihi, Bhogasanchayaihi, Lalito Hani Saptapi Swachha Subana Abhavat. After he came inside, then Tatra Unmadabhi, Kantabhi, the most enchanting, extrovert, beautiful girls, he was invited, and they were all around him. And Bhojanaihi, Bhogasanchayahi, most wonderful food was made available. 2 weeks he has not eaten. Most beautiful food is available, and Bhogasanchayi, all comforts of the world, they were provided for him. And Lalito Hani Saptapi, and there with those beautiful girls, he was taken care of again for 1 week. Swachha Sumana Abhavat. And yet, all these things, first, indifference, second, insult, third, temptation, this did not disturb Shukacharya even an iota. He remained quiet. No reaction. Therefore, friends, our Mahamantra, when you again and again reflect on that, Dekho, suno, mat bono. See what Shukacharya did? Same thing. He saw everything. He heard girls calling, "Come on, darling, you have come. We are waiting for you." Dekho, suno, mat bono. The highest spiritual practice is stop talking to yourself and don't talk unless it is utterly important or required. The result will be speech will dissolve in the mind, because mind is the cause, speech is the effect. Like gold is the cause, ornaments are the effect. Gold has no particular shape, but ornaments have got a particular shape. Mind is formless, soundless. But when the same mind expresses, it expresses as speech. Therefore, when we tell, work on this. When start with little, 1 minute, 2 minutes, just sit quiet wherever you are, and then don't talk to yourself. Keep the eyes open or closed, doesn't matter. But only thing, don't talk to yourself. You know, this experience is like what? What will be the experience, and then for whom? What will be the experience and for whom? If an ice cube is put into the water, it will dissolve slowly without making noise. So the experience of ice cube getting dissolved in the water, this experience belongs to whom? To the ice or to the water? We are not heard like this here. We have studied all Upanishad Gita, but nowhere this question came. See, Maharaj, therefore, तत्रोन्मदाभि कांताभि भोजनैः भोग ऐश्वर्यैः भोग संचयैः लालितो हानि सप्तापि. There also for 7 days he was nicely taken care of, such beautiful girls and all full of joy and everything. Such a sumana abhavat. But he remained absolutely pure. Nothing disturbed him. Then parijñata swabhavam tam Aniya Prananamaha. And then ultimately, when Shukacharya was brought in front of Janak Maharaj did respect and reverence to him. And he did namaskar, everything, and Swagatam te Mahabhaga. Oh great one, you are welcome, you are welcome. Who? The child was received with respect and reverence by a king of the stature of Janak Raja. So, Swagatam te Mahabhaga, Prapta Akhila Manoratha. You have fulfilled all your desires. You have been left with no desires. In Taittiriya Upanishad, there is a mantra, the second valli. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyomanna Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschiteti. He who has known his essential nature, what are the symptoms? Symptoms are Sarvan Kaman Saha Apnoti. All his desires stand fulfilled simultaneously. Our desires are fulfilled in a sequence. Simultaneous fulfillment of desires means you are left with no desires. Here it is the same thing. Prapta Akhila Manoratha. You have attained fulfillment in your life. No more desires. Kimihitam tavetyuktaha shuko rajanam abravit samsaranambaram idam katham abviditam guru. So, after having commented on Shukacharya, then Janak Maharaj asked, Kim ihitam tava iti uktaha shukaha rajanam abravit. So when Shukacharya was asked by this Raja, the Janaka Raja, what do you expect from me? Why you have come? Then Shukaha Rajanam Abravit. Then he spoke to the king. The same question, Samsaradambaramidam Katham Abviditam Guru. Where from this world has come? Who is the creator of this world? How this world is maintained? Kindly tell me that. See? Then Katham Prashamaya iti yathavat kasayashu me ityuktu janaka praha pitra proktam yadevatat. So, this horrible word which has come up, how can it be quietened? See? Yathavat kathaya ashume. Kindly tell me quickly. I am most impatient to know about this world. Where from this world has come? Who created? What is this world? Where does it stay? Where does it go? Please tell me. Iti uktaha janakaha praha. When thus was addressed, Janaka was addressed, then he said, Pitra proktam yadevatat. Whatever your father has told, the same thing I can tell you. 4 weeks torture. And ultimately, whatever your father told, that is the truth. You can imagine how much frustrated he must have been. Eta shrutva shukaha praha jnatam etad maya pura. Again Shukacharya, yeah, this I know already. You don't have to tell me that, I know already. Swayameva vivekena pitra api etad udarutam. So I have known it by my own viveka discrimination, and my father also, the same thing he said. And not only that, bhavata api esha evartha yukta shastreshu yashrutaha. Yes, I know this is also said in the scriptures. So I have known it from the scriptures. I have known by my own inquiry and discrimination. My father also told me the same thing. You tell me the same thing. What is this? My answer I am not getting. See? Many a times we fall in love with our questions. We don't want to get out of those questions. Therefore, we keep on again and again the same thing. See? So, Bhavatameshe varta ukta shastreshu yashritaha tvatvaha vishramam apnoti katham cheto vada prabho. Therefore, kindly tell me how this mind can remain at peace. Tell me. I am extremely disturbed. Then Janak Maharaj says, Avyuchinna chidatmaikaha pumanasti hanetar swasankalpavashad baddhaha nisankalpascha mushyate. Now Janak Maharaj starts giving instruction. Avyuchinna, unbroken, continuous, homogeneous, Chidatma, the consciousness, Eka Matra. There is but one unbroken, homogeneous, conscious being. Then, Puman Astiha Netarat. There is but one reality, the Purusha, and nothing else. Then, Swasankalpa Vashad Baddhaha. By his own thoughts, he considers himself to be in bondage. And when there is no sankalpa, he is liberated. Now, those who hear this, objectively, they will become erudite scholars. Those who apply this knowledge, subjectively, they will disappear. Swasankalpa Vashad Baddhaha. We only do the sankalpa. I had to do this, I had to do that, I had to go and catch a flight. And thereafter, Nisankalpascha, after all this chaos going on in the mind, then we go to sleep. The moment we go to sleep, forget about any flight, relax. Where is the problem? Sankalpa. Sankalpa means what? Samyakatva kalpana. We only go on imagining. Two reasons are there for imagination. One, a sense of incompleteness. Now tell me, why a young, healthy, free, intelligent boy should think about getting married? He's free. But then, sense of incompleteness. What a life without a wife. Once the sense of incompleteness comes, then he starts Googling. Yatra yatra mano yati. Wherever mind goes, only that will go on in his mind. Nothing else. Then out of frustration he goes to a temple and stands. Krishna, Krishna, kindly see that I get some good girl, intelligent, beautiful, obedient and good cultured. Impossible combination. See? And he is thus praying, and that very time some girl comes and rings the bell. God has heard my prayer. And he looks at, I think this is God's message. Then, with some excuse, he starts talking and all that. But how come you have come here at this time of the day? Normally people don't come. How come you have come? He is not planning to get married to her. He says, now there is some time for my children's school to be open. Oh God, God. This is how the samsara continues. See, sankalpa vashan baddha. We are all bound by our own imagination. Stop this habit of projection. We only imagine somebody is friend, somebody is enemy. See how I learned this from you people only. One day, one lady or a girl, after my talk was over, came. Swamiji, yes. You are angry with me? I said, no. No, I think you are angry. I said, you think? Who can stop you? You only go on imagining. I said, you are not angry. I said, if I had to be angry, I will be angry with something great, like Bhagavan. What will I get by becoming angry with you? You are third class? Oh. Our own mind is creating chaos for us, friends. Therefore, stop this old habit of imagining. So, avyuchinna chidatma ekaha pumanasti netar swasankalpa vashan baddha. And in deep sleep, there is no sankalpa. Tatra mata amata bhavati pita apita bhavati. Therefore, no sankalpa. We are all happy. These two things which are required to be in bondage are absent in deep sleep. One, sense of incompleteness is not there. Second thing, there is no sense of otherness. These two things, sense of incompleteness and sense of otherness, are the mother and father of the desire. See? So, swasankalpa vashan baddha nisankalpascha muchyate. And if there is no sankalpa, meaning what? Dekho, suno, mat bolo. No comments, no evaluation, no nothing. Then what should we talk? You talk about government, you talk about cleanliness, you talk about the holes on the road, you talk about casino. These are the topics which do not create sin or merit, because they are illusions. When you talk about the potability of the mirage waters, will it create any problem? That mirage water doesn't exist. In the same manner, government is an illusion. See, friends, so don't get carried away by all these things. Hold on to your own being. Praptam praptavyam akilam muktasvam bhranti musruja anushishtastatha radhya Vishashrama Shukastada. And thereafter the king told him, Praptam praptavyam akhilam. Hey Shukacharya, you have attained fulfillment in your life. There is nothing left for you to gain, to know. Because you have gone through the trial. First, being indifferent, then not treated with respect. Then the third thing, you were indulged into all kinds of temptations for your age. And yet, nothing disturbs you. This is what praptam, praptavyam akhilam. You have already attained fulfillment in life. Therefore, muktaha tvam bhranti mutsruja. Therefore, you are never bound, you are liberated. You are bound is an illusion. Therefore, bhranti mutsruja. Give up this notion that I am unlucky, I am unfortunate, I am unsuccessful in life, somebody doesn't like me. These are all our own mind's creation. See, friends. And once you give this kind of training to the mind, it will go on multiplying. Therefore, anushishtas tatha rajna. Thus, when Shukacharya was instructed by the king, then what happened? Vishashrama Shukastada. Then he came at peace with himself. So where from the world begins? World begins from us. We go on imagining. Somebody is good, somebody is bad. When I went to South Africa many years before, somebody came with me and he asked me this question. Swamiji, these are all people, black. How they must be selecting their partners? All of them are so ugly. I said, you feel that they are ugly, but among themselves, they are beautiful. See? For us, when we see them, their typical hairstyle and terrible type of body and all that, we feel they are ugly. I said, if nobody likes them, how so many children are produced? This is all in our mind. If we learn spiritual life means mind your mind. You have learned what Shukacharya learned from the king Raja. This Janaka. Anushishtas tatha rajna vishashrama shukastada. Now when he came at peace with himself, means what? This is the next topic we will see in our tomorrow's class. Now there is a warning to me from my boss. Swamiji, stop. So I am stopping. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. श्री सीतारामचंद्रो देवता जिनको चाहिए इनको ले लो सीता शक्ति श्रीमद् हनुमान कीलकम श्री रामचंद्र प्रीत्यर्थे जपे विनियोगः अतध्यानम् नैराजातुबाहुं धृतशरधनुषं बद्धपद्मासनस्थं ईतं वासो वसानं नवकमलदलस्पर्धिनेत्रं प्रसन्नं वामाङ्कारूढसीता मुखकमलमिलल्लोचनं नीरदाभं नानालङ्कारदीप्तं ददतमुर्जटामण्डनं रामचन्द्रम् इति